Good morning, peeps. Good morning, everybody. It is Super Bowl Sunday, Bernie.
Super Bowl Sunday.
So look, here's the thing, right? I just thinking back to July when me and Glass and JB got together and we started doing our preseason mumbo jumbo division breakdown nonsense that we like to do in July.
These are two teams you thought?
No, no, not a chance. You know what I mean? Because I think back then we knew about the Tom Brady situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I didn't know, I didn't think that a 4-game suspension was going to really have that much of an impact. But they haven't made it past the divisional round in a few years. You know what I mean? Like, and I think, well, they lost the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Right.
They won, yeah.
Right.
So I mean, so it's just like the Patriots wasn't even on my radar.
Gotcha.
They weren't on my radar, and
They always got to be on your radar, though.
well, they weren't on my radar to make. We thought they would make the playoffs. You know what I mean? We thought
just not to be back to the Super Bowl.
Right, not back
Okay,
to the
I
Super
got
Bowl.
you.
You know what I mean?
I got
I mean, especially when we was considering that we're gonna go into the season 0-4.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't happen. You know,
Right.
they ended up going 3-1.
Right.
Before Tom Brady came back. In Atlanta, we knew Atlanta was gonna be hot this year because of what we saw them start doing toward the end of last season. And they kind of showed some teeth and a little bit of grit, and I was like, okay, well, they're gonna be somebody. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just think about from July to now, and I don't know. I didn't see this one coming. You know what I mean?
Here it is, Super Bowl Sunday. Atlanta Falcons versus the New England Patriots.
Nah. Wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And then there's the mere thought of Atlanta even playing for the title. It's sickening to me. But you know what?
Their squad is good.
Their squad is good, and they deserved it. So let's get into this. Matt Ryan named MVP of the league. Was that surprising to you?
Not surprising, but I still wouldn't have picked him.
No?
I think the MVP is for the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, the best quarterback or the most valuable quarterback to their team was Derek Carr to me for the Oakland Raiders.
I agree.
I got to go him. To me, it shows what your team looks like without you, which makes you the most valuable player.
Absolutely.
And they want to make it about numbers and wins and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, most valuable doesn't mean you have the better stats.
Right.
It means I affect the team the most. So in terms of that, we saw what the team did without Derek Carr and what the team did with him.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see what the team did without Tom Brady and what the team did with him, which was win.
Right.
So to me, I didn't think he should have got it. In terms of Matt Ryan, he played an awesome year.
He did.
In terms of stats, yes, absolutely. But Matt Ryan has a lot of help on that team.
I mean, he
has a lot of help.
And you know what? And we're not saying that you can take Matt Ryan away and plug somebody else in to get the same result. It's
Absolutely
just that
not.
there is a lot of effective offensive weapons on the Atlanta Falcons team, which
Right.
helped Matt Ryan out tremendously, right?
Exactly.
Because everybody know that this team ain't got the best defense. But and I can't remember that many times this season where they were playing from behind.
Right.
I can't even think of it. Like maybe once, maybe twice.
And the
that's
games
right.
that they lost, they were still very much in those games.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I'm with you. I think the Derek Carr. You know what? We saw how much he meant to his team.
Right.
We saw how valuable he was to that team.
Player.
And and to this regard, him like that. Look, I understand the Matt Ryan thing. It's flashy. It's new. It's current. Derek Carr ain't been playing in about a month. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly to me what it boils down to. They say, well, it's about the regular season, but it's always a guy that's in the postseason.
Always.
Whenever it comes down to the most valuable.
It always is. It's always somebody who's in the postseason.
Absolutely.
And honestly, to expand on your point a little bit more, using them teams that don't make it to the playoffs, it's because something happened with their most valuable player.
Right.
Either they defensive, like what's the dude's name from Houston who didn't play this season?
Right, Watt.
JJ, people like that. So if you are missing your most effective player, I mean that just lets you know that player is very valuable to the team. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dak Prescott. And you know what? This dude, I'm telling you, like, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys deserve him. Number one, I don't. I really don't think they deserve a guy like him. Just to see him, get nominated and win the award, and then without even thinking about it, he grabs his homeboy and brings him to the stage and says, what, if I could split this in half and give it to you, I would. Automatically thinks that it's offensive line. That dude is,
Yeah, he's special.
wow, he really is. You know what I mean? And I know that decision had to be hard. It was going to be one of them.
Right, Dak or Zeke.
It was going to be one of them, right?
And you see the offensive line got an award, tough man, or something like GM Tough.
Yeah. So I thought that was good. I mean, you know what? I don't disagree with that decision that much. I just know that one was hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just wish, honestly, that they would have gave it to Zeke because they always give everything to
the quarterbacks, right? So, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, but well deserved.
I think it was. And the thing about, like I said, I just don't think the Dallas Cowboys deserve a guy like him. After everything that they put him through during the season, all the pressure and everything that I do had to deal with. And it's funny to see him smiling at the end, and him and the brotherhood, him and Zeke was showing up on that stage. I can appreciate stuff like that. I just don't think the Dallas Cowboys franchise deserve those guys. I just don't. But you know what? That's the way it is. You know what I mean? Joey Bosa, who everybody had questions about going into the season, defensive rookie of the year. He came through in a big way. And even though we had that weird stuff going on where he was holding out and he didn't want to come to off-season, preseason stuff.
Yeah, he got his mind right, though.
He did very quickly. Yeah, you know what I mean? Very quickly. Right. Now, only thing about him, and, he flew under the radar, I'm surprised that, they named him defensive rookie of the year because, he flew under the radar. He playing in San Diego. Well, are we still calling him San Diego? I don't know. Yeah, right. He's playing with the Chargers, right? And I don't know. Hello, guys. Muto name OS William Prado. I'm from Brazil. Hey, how you doing, bro?
Brazil
what's
up?
That's right. That's cool.
What's up?
Brazil tuning in on Super Bowl Sunday. That's something else. But he playing in San Diego and playing for the Chargers,
right?
And ain't nobody really paying him no attention. You know what I mean? But apparently somebody was. I mean, he 10.5 sacks in his rookie season. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that is amazing. You know what I mean? That's pretty good. I'm trying to think who was the defensive player of the year? Or was it just?
No, I know Jordy Nelson got.
Jordy Nelson got comeback player of the year.
Okay.
Comeback player, and that really furthers like your point that you made about Derek Carr, though. Okay, so Jordy Nelson didn't even start the season.
Right.
He played a big chunk of the season. He was one of the reasons why Green Bay excelled the way they did and had a playoff run and all that. But then he went down toward the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. Maybe it was that gutsy performance in that NFC Championship game where he played with the broken ribs and all that stuff. I don't know.
Who knows?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I don't know. You agree with Jordy Nelson, comeback player of the year?
Yeah, I give it to him.
Yeah.
I mean, those kind of awards to me are just like, okay, let me get somebody something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, what? Comeback player of the year to now. Comeback player of the year, I would have gave that to Tom Brady.
Come on.
I gave it to Tom Brady.
Wow.
Suspended for 4 games. Look who came back, led his team to the Super Bowl.
You can't do that.
Yeah, man.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I would have did it.
You can't do that. But speaking of Tom Brady and comeback players of the year and all this stuff, I was just thinking about the Arizona Cardinals and Michael Floyd, right? And we talked about this in depth when it went down.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
So go to the DOI stuff, got the video and all that kind of stuff. They dismissed him from the Arizona Cardinals. Now this dude is playing in the Super Bowl.
Right.
It was the biggest blessing ever for him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So how do you combat that in the league? Whenever you see and you talk to kids and you talk to people like that, you see dudes getting rewarded for bad behavior.
Absolutely.
Financially and legacy-wise. You're getting rewarded for bad behavior.
Because they at home watching the Super Bowl, he playing in it with a really good chance to win it. With a really good chance to win it.
With one of the best quarterbacks who ever done it, right?
Right.
Okay.
So everything upgraded for him.
Right.
And all he had to do was just go out drunk driving.
Right. I just go drunk driving and now I'm rewarded.
You're rewarded for it.
To me, it's disgusting.
It really
because it doesn't show people that you get punished for doing wrong.
Absolutely.
So everyone is a second chance. So if you're talented, then you can do whatever because you're talented.
Right. And I mean, you know what? Shout out to the Arizona Cardinals for showing,
Right, they did the right thing.
They showed some moxie. They was like, look, we don't play them kind of games around here. But at the same time, though, first of all, you made an investment in this player. I mean, he was a troublesome guy. And I guess it depends on who you are, because I know I would be kind of like that too. Like I'm not doing this. You know what I mean? But just to see what happened afterwards, I mean, you got to be sitting back like, wow.
Right.
Wow. Really?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So let me go out drunk driving because I'm gonna get rewarded for that.
Craziness,
when
man.
You're talented.
I just feel like that is just and you know what? And that's just some straight up Patriot stuff because they would do stuff like that in a heartbeat, man. It is wild. So Hall of Fame. You know, are you satisfied with what you saw with the?
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied.
Yeah.
I wanted Terrell Davis to get in. I'm glad
Yeah.
for LaDainian, Gert Warner.
Yeah.
I think they're all deserving.
Yeah.
Jason
Taylor.
Taylor. Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones,
He's
yeah. I mean, he's done a lot for the game. I mean, you know what? He gets under my skin, and I'm not a huge fan of him. But to see, like, what he's done, since being an owner, he's and
this is one thing I will say about him. His mind and heart is in the right place. He loves his franchise, and he wants his franchise to win. And he's one of those people that will spend his money on it, even though to me it's always in the wrong direction. Now that he has some guidance. And he's not really directly picking, these players.
Right.
I think, it's good. But he has done a lot for the game of football.
He really has.
And you can't take that.
You know what? People will look at Jerry Jones and scowl or say something, weird. I mean, because
it's annoying.
He's a little bit off his rocker, right? And they say the same thing about Roger Goodell too. And I think both of those guys, though, and as much as Roger Goodell, over the last couple of years, though, he done fumbled the rock a couple times. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the game done reached like heights, over the past 6-7 years that it ain't never seen before, and it's because of people like Jerry Jones and Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell has the power that he has because the players signed off on it.
Right, absolutely,
and that's their fault.
Absolutely, I agree with that too. You know what I mean?
They signed off on it.
So I was watching an interview with Terrell Davis, and they were asking him about his Hall of Fame induction, and and how some people may have thought maybe he wasn't really worthy of it because he only played 78 total games. He had a really short career. The migraines and the knees and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But through them 78 games, and I understand where he was coming from, he was like one of the reasons why the Broncos were so successful. Like they couldn't have did a lot of the things that they've done without him. He was the workhorse. They put everything on his back.
I'm kind of excited to see him and Kurt and like LaDainian in there because.
Well, Kurt got a Super Bowl, and LaDainian is the only one who doesn't.
Right.
Right.
But
so,
this is the thing.
And Taylor doesn't have one either.
This is the thing. If you play long enough, you're gonna rack up numbers just out of sheer. I've been playing that long.
Right. Absolutely.
So these guys didn't play that long, but the impact that they had while they were there was dramatic.
It was very dramatic.
So they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame based upon their effort and what they did and how they impacted during a short time.
Yeah.
Because if you play for 16 years, you should have Hall of Fame numbers.
You should.
You've been there 6 years, 16 years. What were you doing?
I mean, that's why people like Steve Smith got the numbers that he got. He's been around for a long time.
Exactly.
And Brett Favre's numbers won't hardly ever be reached because he played in the game for like 25 years.
You know
what I'm saying?
So it's like. These guys were there, but they made their mark while they were there.
Right.
And I think that's cool.
Well, we got, my man in the comment section saying, look, the T.O. conversation, look, I agree. You know what? If we, just like we're talking about right here, we're saying how somebody like LaDainian Tomlinson and Jason Taylor can show up in the Hall of Fame with the numbers that they have. And I'm going to say this. I'm a fan of LT. You know what? I think LT was an amazing back in San Diego. I thought, him coming to the Jets was great,
Made it to the
but his numbers don't compare to the greats and his numbers, his numbers might be better than Terrell Davis because he played a little bit longer, but his numbers don't compare to the great running backs of all time. Not LaDainian Tomlinson. Right. And then we look at T.O. and T.O. was number 2 all time. Number 2 behind Jerry Rice. And the competition falls off dramatically after that. You know what I mean?
This is the thing with T.O. He's going to get there. He's just not ever going to be, his first ballot is done. This is his second year.
Right.
So he's going to get there.
Yeah.
It's just going to take some time.
I mean,
that's all.
Look, Chris Carter is in the Hall of Fame, right? Chris Carter. Look, I ain't taking it away from Chris Carter.
Right.
He got the numbers and everything, but come on, he ain't even close to T.O. Not even close. You know what I mean?
Right, but this is the thing. T.O. was historically that player that was always causing discord.
And I get that. But see, the argument would be this, and this would be my argument. Okay, look, I understand the other stuff, the off the field, the locker room, all that stuff, the stuff he did on the microphone and on the podium and all that kind of crap, the quotes and all that. I get it. But if we talking about, what merits a Hall of Fame induction, I don't think that's criteria. I just don't think that is.
I'm trying to see LaDainian's stats and where he's at overall.
All the time, yeah. I'm telling you, he can't even be in the top 20. Maybe single season rushing he might be in the top 20, but I think that's going to be as far as it goes. I think that's going to be as far as it goes.
It doesn't say here. He's played 11 seasons. Mm-hmm. Let's check out the profile.
I'm just saying, I just don't think LaDainian's numbers are, because I mean, if you had to think about, if we're gonna go with Terrell Davis or I mean, they both got in, but I'm just saying, if it was a choice between Davis and Tomlinson, I'm just saying, I think it would have been obvious. I would have went with Davis in a heartbeat.
Right.
So that was his all-time yards right there, right? What's that say?
All-time yards, 13,684.
Okay, I mean that's decent,
but it's 4.3 average yards.
Yeah, 145. Okay, so we got some stats. He got some stats. It ain't up there with the great stuff. I'm just saying. If you pull up an Emmitt Smith or a Barry Sanders,
I mean, come on, those are exceptional.
I'm just saying,
those are exceptional dudes.
And Barry Sanders is in there strictly off that. You know what I mean?
Right,
right. And I get it, but eventually they're gonna have to get past what people have been saying about Terrell Owens. I mean, eventually that's got to be part. That's you got to take that part of the conversation because that ain't really what's gonna get you in or not get you in. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, people act a fool sometimes. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure some bad boys in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm pretty sure some bad boys in there.
I'm trying to see who's like, wow. They got him ahead of Emmitt Smith.
Oh, see, you know what? That's crazy. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I think it's cool. And then who took it was a joint. It was Eli Manning and
Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald for the Walter Payton Man of the Year, right? Usually the Walter Payton Man of the Year, some people don't really think it's a big deal. But you know what? After seeing how the fan base kind of will come together to try to get this going for their player or whatever, with the whole, Greg Olsen thing from last year or whatever.
Right.
I understand how big it is, and seeing what these dudes do.
Right.
And I didn't realize Eli Manning I didn't know he was out there like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he just don't seem like that type of guy.
Well, to me, one, it's a big deal because of who that name is on that statue.
Right.
That in itself should make it a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
But I love the fact that these players really who don't have to give back because they don't.
Right.
But they do because their time is so split between their personal life, practicing, and then you're out in the community the way they are, and they're out there impressively.
Yeah.
And even Eli had said on the show with Mike and Mike that it started off as this obligation, of course, and then it turned into something more for him.
Right.
It became very personal to him to see how he was affecting people. And so I think that award to me is very special.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it really represents who they are as people.
Absolutely.
And I like that.
And I mean, and I think, Fitzy, no brainer. I mean, we know the kind of work he does.
And Eli's, he's those good guys.
Yeah, it's just real good dudes, man. And, and again, I think, there's no way I could be a NFL player, especially when it's making really good money, and I'm walking around my city or whatever, and I
watching people struggle.
Right, and I'm not doing anything about it. You know what I mean? Or just showing up because I have to. You know what I mean?
Right. At some point, it's got to be something personal.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to think, is there anything else to talk about? Well, did we cover all the award winners?
We got everything.
We got everything.
It's Super Bowl Sunday.
It's Super Bowl Sunday. It is. And unfortunately, we got to talk about this thing. And you know what? I'm just gonna put it out there.
This comment. Glass said Hall of Fame is a popularity contest. Look how long it took Charles Haley to get in there.
I know, and that's just one of many. You know what I mean? Who get snubs and stuff. And and look, we'll talk about the Hall of Fame every year, and it's never gonna satisfy everybody. You know what I mean? But it's a feel good story for some people, like Davis, like Warner, like Tomlinson. I think all those dudes were deserving. It's just that when you leave out a Terrell Owens, you know what I mean? Right,
because it should be talent and merit that gets you in.
Absolutely, you know what I mean?
And T.O. has earned his way in.
Right, absolutely, you know what I mean? So, I got a feeling that, we'll see the dude from the Colts, what's his name, who on TV now? I got a feeling we're going to see him go in before Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
I just got a strong feeling that's what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to throw this out there, right? I'm not impressed with where we at. I'm not impressed with where we ended up. And I ain't saying that the Patriots and the Falcons don't deserve to be here.
Right.
I'm not saying that, especially since the fact that they both blew their opponents out in the conference championship games. It wasn't even a competition.
Right.
For either one of the teams or whatnot. And nobody been able to catch Atlanta in the NFC all season. You know what I mean? So look, as much as I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna hate on the Falcons all day because that's just what I do. I can't take it from them, man. Look, they scratched and clawed and they bullied and bulldozed, and you know what, they did it unconventionally, but just going out there and scoring at will, which
well, truth be told, Atlanta wasn't on anybody's radar.
No, absolutely
They
not.
were doing well in the season and they played very well. But I think people thought that they were going to get knocked out of the playoffs.
I did
because
too.
Matt Ryan hadn't really won any playoff games. I think he's been into the postseason twice. He's only won a game to advance, but never to to the Super Bowl. So I think people thought, here we go again. Yeah. And I said it too. I'm not trusting Atlanta until Atlanta does something different. Right. But Atlanta did something different. They're in the Super Bowl.
They're in the Super Bowl. Look. Here's the thing, though. In this, I think that's going to play an important role, and especially, we talk about the history of the game all the time, and we talk about how teams show up with that high-powered offense, and they get shocked as soon as they get there.
They get shocked.
I'm afraid of that because you know what? I feel like they are one. Look, we saw some flashes. We saw some defensive stuff. Look, Vic Beasley has just been tearing things down in Atlanta, but he's the only one that's really doing it. You know what I mean? Right. On the defensive end of the ball. You go out 14-0 to an opponent, and as long as you can consistently, if you got 16, or maybe less than that, maybe 12 possessions a game, and you score on 9 of them, it's hard to overcome that as an opponent. You know what I mean? And you can get away with stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I was just.
But tell me this: how good really is that New England defense?
Look. They're not good where you would say, normally when we see the defensive team come into the Super Bowl, they're very good. They either ranked number 1 or number 2 or something like that.
And they have the number 1 scoring
They got number 1
defense.
Scoring defense, which is great, which means when they take it away, they take it to the house.
And this is my thing. Have they faced a quarterback like Matt Ryan?
No, they haven't.
Right.
They haven't.
So I want to see how they play against that level of talent. The Patriots are a good team. You can't take anything away from them. But they are the benefactors of being on the AFC side.
Well, you know what?
They are benefactors of being in the AFC.
Okay, I'm going to give you that, but you got to be careful with that word, though, because look, yes, that conference is definitely not as strong.
Forget the conference.
Yeah.
It's the whole AFC.
What's I'm talking about? The whole AFC conference, right? Look, we saw Kansas City young, right?
Right.
They pose a challenge. I mean, look. We see some weird stuff going on in Pittsburgh where you got an old quarterback, but you got a young squad. It's a weird dynamic they got to figure out there. But I'm just thinking about, Denver coming off a Super Bowl win, they should have been challenging them. You know what I mean? Baltimore came out like they was really. Okay, Denver has some. Okay,
so we knew from the beginning of the season, honestly, Denver wasn't going to be in it.
Right, okay.
Because of that quarterback situation.
Yeah.
The last time we saw the Pats in the Super Bowl, they won off of some stupid hijinks. The fact that Seattle made a bad play and threw instead of ran on the 1-yard line. That's the last time we saw them, and they won,
You can look at it that way, or you can look at them just being ready and prepared for anything.
We can say that because of how it turned out.
Right.
But the reality of it is, if they had run that ball in, they would have lost another Super Bowl.
Pretty much. I think we can all agree if Marshawn had got the ball, it would have turned out a different way.
So this is my thing. If Atlanta comes there and they stay true to Atlanta and they're scoring like that, the Patriots are not going to have a chance.
I don't know.
Patriots are
so
not
he
says
Pat's defense is a sure defense. They won't let you get past them, and they can try. You know what? I agree with that. So look, they're not great. They're not the Denver Broncos.
They haven't seen an offense like that Atlanta offense. They haven't.
No, I mean I'm just trying to think.
In that AFC is playing like that?
The closest thing I can think of was with the Raiders. That was pretty much it,
And by the time they got to that, they never even got to them because they was all beat up and bruised. That Atlanta offense is points driven. They are high flying. They are energetic. They want this. I'm telling you. You know
what? This is going to be an unpopular, opinion. But I'm gonna say it. You know what I mean? The Patriots are tougher. You know what? Can Atlanta take a punch in the mouth like the Patriots can?
They won't have to.
That's the part I would be.
They won't have to.
I would be concerned about.
Matt Ryan doesn't turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. He's got the best percentage in the red zone.
He does. Well, come on now. You're talking about the evil genius, Bill Belichick, who's always prepared for just about anything. Like I said, we go back to that Seattle game and the Super Bowl, and look, I think everybody in the world, everybody in America, everybody who was watching that game was thinking, Marshawn Lynch. You're coming from the 1-yard line, and I'm pretty sure that's the defensive scheme that Bill Belichick sent in there. But you know what? Those guys are good enough to know, okay, look, they ain't running it.
Right.
Let's get on it. And I mean, look, you could call it luck. I mean, a little bit of luck had something to do with that as well. And they benefited from a bad play call from the offense. But you know what? They pulled it out, and it was defense that won the game. And just like if you look at the last 5 Super Bowls, defense wins the game.
Right, defense wins the game.
Defense wins the game. And you know what? Until now, Atlanta might be the first team to change that for because it's been a lot of defensive teams winning the Super Bowl.
If the Patriots had a stronger defense, I would pick them. But their defense is not that strong.
They're top 5.
Everyone's saying they're the number 1 scoring defense, and statistics shows that they are, right? But if your quarterback doesn't turn the ball over, where are you getting these scores from?
Well, okay. So you know why he don't turn the ball over?
Why?
Because they never had to play with no pressure. They never had to play from behind. They never are chasing anything.
Yeah,
the most mistakes are made
in the NFC, and look at the defense that they're about to face today. So you got the Cardinals defense you playing against.
Yeah.
You've got Seattle's defense that you've played against this year. I mean, what?
You know what? I just don't feel like they faced a whole lot of defense. Look, the Seattle defense ain't what it used to be.
They're still a good defensive team.
They're still a good defensive team, but
they lost to Seattle.
Right, but that I don't know. I haven't seen Matt Ryan pressured at all this season. How many times have he been put down? Look, it's probably been less than 10. You know what I mean? Like, they don't put him down. You know what I mean? Like,
what we saying here? Let's not forget what.
The Patties went 14-2 without Brady in the first 4. You know what I mean? Just to show it.
What that mean?
Would that mean that
That's offensive side of the ball.
Why are you talking about?
That's offensive side of the ball. We talking about defensive side of the ball.
You asking me to explain this point.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Look, you talking about Matt Ryan throwing the ball all over the yard or whatever. Look, what he's saying is they had rookies and second-year guys and third-tier guys in there still winning games.
Right.
That's what they said.
And who were they playing up against? Garbage.
Look, they got lucky, right?
Garbage.
They got lucky. You know what I mean?
We're not playing up against defensive strong teams, offensive weapons. We're playing against garbage.
Okay. Look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm gonna say. And don't forget they played Seattle in the home game. Yeah. But here's the thing, though, right? So I feel where you're coming from. I'm not disputing that you're saying because I think Atlanta has what it takes to be competitive in this game. But here's where the intangibles,
right?
And that a lot of people don't want to think about. Look, Tom Brady done been here 7 times, okay?
Right.
22 people on this starting squad done been here more than once.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And look, we saw what happened when Carolina showed up with 0 experience in the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
And I ain't saying it's gonna happen to the Falcons, but I'm saying it's likely that it could. It's likely that it could.
Atlanta's
the Super Bowl is different.
Getting better and better. They are since they've been in the playoffs. You've seen them progressively get better. The way they came out against not Green Bay, but who did they play before Green Bay?
Was it
oh gosh.
Seattle.
Anyway,
No.
they swarmed Seattle. We hadn't seen this defense in a minute. Then we get to Green Bay. They manhandled Green Bay.
And you think they're gonna do that to the Patriots?
I'm telling you, I've seen this before. There's this expectation team. That is always the Patriots. They find these schemes. They do this. They do that. They do. Fantastic.
Look, you say this because look, your team been the only team that's been able to beat them in the Super Bowl. Look, they don't beat everybody else that they came up against. Everybody else. Ain't nobody else beat them.
In the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl, nobody.
And today that changes. We can add Atlanta to the list.
I don't think so.
We can add Atlanta to the list.
I'm going to tell you why I don't think so.
They're going to mess with Tom Brady's timing. That's all you got to do.
That offensive line. That offensive line is too good for that. That offensive line is way better than Atlanta's offensive line.
Listen, this team was perfect by the time the Giants saw them in the Super Bowl. They were perfect.
They were perfect.
These teams was.
I think they got shocked a little bit. I think they got surprised.
They were supposed to come in there and they lost. It's going to happen today.
I mean, they got shocked the first time. I can't say that for the second time because
so what happened there, right?
Right. I don't know.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Right, but
I'm telling you.
At the end of the day, that's what I believe. I believe if Atlanta.
Eli called Matt Ryan. You think that he claimed he wasn't talking about X and O?
That's what he said.
That's what he claimed.
That's what he said. He said they was shooting.
Who you fooling?
Look, I'm with you.
Who you fooling?
I'm with you.
They were talking X and O.
They probably were, but you know what? At the end of the day, though, like I think if Atlanta can't do if they can't use the Atlanta Falcons formula that they've been using all season, jump out, get a 14-point lead, and continue running the score up, be able to get points on just about every possession. If they can't do that against the New England Patriots, they're gonna lose this game. If there's a 7-point difference between the two teams getting close to the end of the game, my money's with New England. I can't trust Atlanta to get it done in a situation like that. Now we're watching the game and we get into the second quarter, and Atlanta up by 14, 17, whatever like that. I mean, it's hard for me to think that the Patriots can chase and catch up. It's hard for me to believe that that'll happen.
I don't know. I know people talk about, oh, it's a big game. It is a big game.
Yeah.
But to me, at some point, what you've been doing all year has to kick in.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Except if you're the Denver Broncos from 2015 or 2014, or except if you're the Carolina Panthers from 2015 or 2016, unless you're somebody like that, then it don't work. And we saw that it don't work.
Well, it doesn't work because you had a different type of defense. Right. The Patriots defense is good. I'm not saying they're not. The Denver Broncos defense was great.
It was.
There's a difference between good and great.
Right. But the defense
level.
wasn't that great when they lost Super Bowl to Seattle, though. That's what I'm saying.
It was offensive minded.
Right.
And Seattle had the great defense.
And this is why I'm trying to tell you, you might want to slow down on those Atlanta stuff.
The Patriots don't have a great defense. They have the number one scoring defense. There's a big difference.
Okay. Look,
they're not a complete defensive team.
I agree. They're not a complete defensive team, but look, they're the best.
And if my quarterback is not turning the ball over, that scoring thing that you got going on doesn't work.
The Patriots don't turn the ball over either.
But I'm just saying, you have a scoring defense, which means what? You have to get turnovers to score, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm not turning the ball over, then your defense number one scoring is mute.
It is, unless, again, like I told you, unless something different happens. Look, they don't turn the ball over because they play comfortable all the time. Usually when you see turnovers, unless the quarterback sucks.
It's not because he's not throwing the ball.
Oh, look, I know he throw the ball all the time. Throw the ball 70% of the time.
Right. So if he's throwing the ball like that and it's not getting turned over, what does that tell you?
What I tell you, they playing against sucky teams.
No.
They playing against sucky teams. They playing against teams that can't keep up with them.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's bogus, man. That's bogus.
You know what?
That's bogus, man.
Let the game have a difference of 7 points or less going into the fourth quarter. And Atlanta go back to Georgia with the sad face.
This is the thing. You can't ever count the Patriots out. You just can't because they are that team. I just think that there's a lot of people in that NFC South division that are haters and that they don't want to see Atlanta win today because then you know what that means for the Panthers. Well,
you know what? I'm going to be completely honest with you. Look, there is no reality that exists where you're going to see me cheering for the Atlanta Falcons, especially in a situation like this. But I'm going to justify that with facts. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to randomly say, oh, the Falcons going to lose. I'm going to tell you why they're going to lose. You know what I mean?
Tell me why they're going to lose.
I'm going to tell you why they're going to lose. Because you know what? They're comfortable. They going into this game with a false sense of security. They feel like they're the best team in the league and they can outscore anybody. They ain't never been in a situation where they're not being able to get the kind of production that they want to get. They haven't been in a situation like that before. They haven't been in a situation where everything is on the line. They're playing against a team that have been here 7 times. I won 4 Super Bowls. Yeah. This is nothing for them. And you talk about some young upstart team gonna come in there and knock Tom Brady and Bill. You're crazy. That ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
Look,
last time I know, that's why they played the game, because they were perfect when we saw them, and everyone was like, Patriots.
I'm getting the feeling though that some Giants fans feel like anybody can beat the Patriots because they done it. I'm getting that feeling. I'm getting that vibe from you.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, let's look at X's and O's. We got Julio Jones. We got a quarterback that is not turning the ball over. We got a good running back.
I hear a lot of wheeze in there.
Atlanta.
Oh. Okay, let's be clear. Okay.
This side of the ball. My heart is always with you. Don't even question my loyalty.
Look, it ain't for me. It's for them. Loyalty. They might not know where you're coming from.
I am nobody's bandwagon fan. I am a New York Giants through and through.
Be clear about it.
I'm just talking about Atlanta. It's in that week.
Okay.
Not as in a Bernie B week.
Okay. Look.
I don't bleed red.
Not for me. It's for them. They watching the show.
Okay, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, and anybody else. I am head up a Giants fan.
Yeah.
I'm just saying today that Atlanta is gonna do their thing. That's all I'm telling you.
You know what? I believe they will do their thing. You know what? Look, you know what we saw them do to the Packers. Where they had like almost 50 points or something like that. Almost 60. I don't know what the score was. It was ridiculous. That ain't gonna happen. Number one. Trying to spread out the backs and run out of the backfield and catch passes and stuff. Come on, man. Not against the Patriots. You know what I mean? That long ball, well, it ain't going to Julio. We know that for sure. I mean, the long ball might come out.
But this is the thing.
It ain't going to Julio
that
for sure.
Game against the Green Bay Packers, he hit 7 different receivers.
I understand.
So how many people gonna guard Julio?
Who been doing that first though? Who invented that?
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm just saying.
Julio will not be a factor in this game.
I believe that.
He will not be a factor in this game.
Other people gonna have to step up.
They're gonna have to.
I
You know what I mean?
I just don't see New England coming in there and dominating anybody.
You know what? I don't look. We ain't never seen them dominate nobody in the Super Bowl. Now they don't won 4 of them, but they ain't never dominated nobody. Like the first 3, they kind of won by field goals or whatever, right? And so you know what? I ain't saying them coming in. That's what I'm saying. Let the score be close. If the score is, you know what? I think if the Falcons jump out, it's over. I mean, I could probably just turn the TV off at that point because I know what's gonna happen, right? But if the Patriots going to stick with them and keep it close and slow down that offensive production a little bit, keep them, you know, look, LeGarrette Blount and them dudes going to run that football so hard. Matt Ryan and them boys ain't even going to see the field like that. You know what I mean? And they can run the ball and they can move the chains. And that's what's going to happen. Who's going to be the MVP? Oh, God. I know, as much as it paid me, you know, it's going to go to Brady.
It's going to go to Matt Ryan.
It's going to go to Brady.
They always give it to the quarterbacks half the time.
Yeah, it's going to go to Brady. You know what I mean? But you got to know though that Bill Belichick and the boys know, they understand. You know, the Atlanta Falcons are potent, and they will run the score up on you in a heartbeat. And look, everybody know that. Ain't nobody discounting that at all. I think they're fully capable of doing that.
What I will say is this: you cannot count out the Patriots because they are that team. But they have not faced a quarterback like Matt Ryan the entire season.
Keep him on the bench.
And that's exactly what Atlanta's going to do to them. Keep Tom Brady on the bench. You got a strong running back in the Freeman. You got good receivers. Dink and dunk that thing down the field for touchdown after touchdown. That dude got the highest percentage rate in the red zone.
You know, I'm getting a sneaking suspicion. You know, like, first of all, the season wasn't all that great for me, right? I didn't really enjoy the season that much.
Right.
And now I got to sit here and witness this nonsense, right? And, you know, and you understand this. So, you know, look, I had to watch one painful game last year, and I feel like I'm going to have to watch another painful one today. But, look, I'm telling you, I'm choosing the lesser of two evils here. I don't like the Patriots either. I hate the Patriots. You know, and even think about them winning a 5th title, you know, and thinking about them, you know, having that many Super Bowl trips. It gets on my nerves. I don't like it.
They're a dynasty.
They are, right?
They're a dynasty, but they're in an era where they came along where that conference sucks.
Absolutely.
And that's just a fact.
It's a fact. But at the end of the day, there is no way I can take any kind of solace, any kind of joy, anything watching Matt Ryan hold up that look, that would literally like kill me. I'd probably be going to the hospital tonight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, look,
it should inspire your team to do better. They should see that and be like, what the heck happened to us? We were right there and we let it slip away. Never again.
You know,
the greatness of others should inspire you.
I was going to say something. You know, I'm going to say it. Because you know what? I don't care. You know what I mean? Look, I'm going to say this. The Atlanta Falcons were definitely better than Carolina this year. But I'm telling you, in the grand scheme of stuff, Atlanta better be glad that, you know, Cam was on some other stuff and the Panthers couldn't put it together. Still in shock about what happened to that. Whatever. They took advantage of that. Because, look, that don't happen. It ain't happened in 4 years. It ain't happened in 4 or 5 years, right? So, look, Atlanta, great, you're there. You ain't coming back to Georgia with that trophy, though. That trophy going to Boston. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's going. I'm just saying that's where. And look, you know, just like I was proud of my boys last year for getting to the dance, you know, they didn't get it done. Right. And you know what I think the Atlanta Falcons journey.
And just because they didn't get it done doesn't mean that Atlanta won't get it done.
It don't mean that Atlanta won't get it done. But you know what? I feel like, you know, Atlanta had an awesome journey this season, just like I think the Dallas Cowboys had an awesome journey this season. But the Falcons, they met every obstacle. They overcame it. They got to the big dance. It's just that I feel like they're a little bit outmatched. I just feel like they're a little bit outmatched. You know, I know what they.
From the experience side of it.
Yeah, because they bring some big guns to the fight. You know, but I just feel like when it's time to really go into battle, they ain't ready for this. You know what I mean?
I just will let y'all know what hospital he's at tonight. You can send flowers.
I might go into some shock, man. I don't know. I just, you know what I mean? I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I don't know. But the Super Bowl look. It should be a good game. Like I said, like the last couple Super Bowls ain't really been that good. This one should be a little interesting, unless it get out of hand really quickly, which, you know, it's a possibility. It's a possibility that could happen, right? But you know, I'm gonna try to get some enjoyment out of this game. I will get more enjoyment out of it if I can see the New England Patriots put a beat down on the Atlanta Falcons. I think I would enjoy it a little bit more. But you know, unfortunately, it's gonna be our last broadcast on Game Time this season, right?
Our last broadcast.
We're gonna wrap the season up today. I want to thank everybody who went on this journey with us this season, because we did miss last season. We weren't able to do the show for various reasons, and and coming back this season was great. It's good to. I missed this. It was, this was missing from last season. You know what I mean? You just sit here hating. Hey, look, you know what? Call it what you want. You can paint it with a paintbrush and neon colors. I don't care. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But this season was good. This like getting back together doing this show.
Absolutely.
It's been absolutely great. And and having the support from Periscope, from Facebook. A lot of people from your side of things on Facebook. We definitely appreciate the love. Our YouTube people have always been there, and it's good. I felt like, even though I didn't have the best season, it was as far as TeamBoydTV was concerned, I felt like we had a good season. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And we here, and none of our teams made it. Me, you, Glass, JB. And I think what, all four. We take through week 5. No, not me. Right, but y'all 3. We're surefire.
I was the last man standing. I was even in the playoffs.
Right, you know what I mean?
One and done, but I was there.
Carolina kind of dropped it super early. I think they didn't win the first game until week 5 or something like that. But anyway.
But we'll definitely be back next year.
We'll definitely be back. And
something probably new and exciting for
definitely
you.
some new stuff. Maybe have some more interactive. I'm kind of nervous about doing this on this particular show, but I was thinking about bringing telephone calls on this show.
Wow.
But knowing you, I don't know how that's going to. I don't know. I think about it on the off season. I
might have to prep myself because I'm here something. I'll be like, what? Oh no, click.
Yeah, so I got 6 months to think about it, so we'll see. Yeah. And so we got one more show here from me. Tomorrow night, me, Glass, JB will put a nice bow on the 2016 season, and I'm actually going to be saying good riddance to it because it sucked, right? And get ready for 2017, and we'll be back next season. So anyway, everybody who was watching us today, man, we definitely appreciate it. Everybody who watched us this season, we definitely appreciate it. I want to give a big shout out to Kane and Ice blog. Sports blog for hosting our shows every week. I definitely appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to the Fan Up Network. You guys have been retweeting all our stuff. Definitely appreciate that. I want to give a big shout out to my man, the big BFG Burgundy Fly guy from YouTube. Man, we did a really nice, epic interview a couple days ago. Look for that sometime next week. It should be up on his channel. I had a lot of fun talking about the TeamBoydTV story and and our journey and all that kind of stuff. It was really dope. I had a good time doing that. So it was great. So those are the things you guys can look forward to. And again, you can catch me tomorrow night. Me, Glass, JB. We will go ahead and put the big stamp on the 2016 season. And
enjoy the game.
Everybody enjoy the game. And of course, Twitter will be on fire. And if you think I'm hating now, catch me on the Twitter sphere. Well, you know what I'm saying? The gloves gonna come off. Anyway,
peace.
You guys have been great, and we'll catch y'all next. Not next week. Next season. All right.